Joining me in studio today for a little bit of sports talk, our very own Abby St. John. And today, Abby and I will be just breaking down, I guess, the year of 2019 in sports. It was kind of a crazy year, especially for Canadians, you know, a couple different breakthroughs in a couple different sports here.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting, and I think the biggest thing is tennis really went on the map this year. I think we heard a lot more about tennis because of, you know, tennis star Bianca Andreescu. She won the Grand Slam singles title, the first Canadian to do it, and she's still a teenager. And, you know, a teenager hasn't won since 2006, which I think is super impressive. She's from Canada. No Canadian has won a Grand Slam singles title, and what made it even more special was she beat the greatest tennis player, Serena Williams, in straight sets. Both Saturday and Sunday, won those sets and made history almost. And it's amazing because Serena Williams is always going to be the greatest. She came back, she played while pregnant, she had a tough pregnancy, and she came back even better. And then Bianca comes along and completely just throws everyone away by her immense amount of talent and her passion for it. Because when you watch her win, the winning moment, it's the most calm I've seen anyone who just broke or who just made history for a sport. And she was so calm, she was so courteous, and it was actually truly amazing to watch.
For sure, and like you mentioned, you know, it's not like she just beat any Joe Schmo off the street. She beat Serena Williams. That's like being, you know, the Wayne Gretzky of women's tennis in the finals. So just, I guess, to do it in that matter is something unbelievable. And another Canadian team, I guess, who beat the powerhouse for their sport, the Toronto Raptors this year, really just ran away with it, led by Nick Nurse and Kawhi Leonard. Just talk about that for a second.
Yeah, being that the Raptors are the only Canadian basketball team, you know, it's not unlikely that people from Canada won't really get into it as much. But this run for the Toronto Raptors this year was unbelievable. And the fact that they were able to beat the Golden State Warriors, who were going for their third championship in a row, I mean, that's incredible that they were able to come back. You know, Kawhi had his game, the buzzer beater, to get into the NBA Finals. I think they deserved it, and they deserve to ride that high for as long as they can. And, you know, they're doing not too bad, even despite losing Kawhi Leonard in the offseason. They're still a strong team. You know, they've fallen with a few major injuries over the past couple of weeks, but I still think that they can be a strong enough team to make it far into the season and actually show that, you know, yes, Kawhi Leonard, he helped us win, but we can still be that force that we were last season, which I think is kind of impressive.
For sure, and I think a lot of people had questions heading into that 2018-19 season, you know, trading away DeMar DeRozan, who was sort of the centerpiece of Toronto Raptors. Typically, when people thought of current Raptors, they thought DeMar DeRozan. So for Kawhi to really, you know, fulfill the expectations that he had put on his shoulders, and for Nick Nurse to come in his rookie season and lead this team to their first championship, like you said, just unbelievable, and unbelievable to just see the whole country get behind them, and you know, their continued their success into this season. And I mean, we the North can. Does it get better than that? You got a whole country behind you with your slogan.
And I think it definitely put Canadian basketball on the map with that run, because like I said, Toronto is the only NBA team from Canada. And so it really did go to show that Canadians know how to play. They know how to fight, and they know how to win. And the fact that the entire country just surrounded this one team really goes to show how much of a fan base Canada is towards sports. And, you know, even when Kawhi Leonard decided to leave Toronto, the amount of love and respect that he had received from Canadian fans from all over, it really just goes to show how much Canadians love sports and prove that we're tough enough to beat the big leagues like the Golden State Warriors.
And now quickly here, another, I guess, former Canadian team turned American team. The Washington Nationals won their first World Series in franchise history. That's including Montreal Expos days and the Washington Nationals days. And a team that was really an underdog. Nobody thought of them winning How unbelievable was that?
That was incredible, and I love underdog stories, and especially when they can fight their way to the finish, and they definitely did. You know, they waited 3 decades to get a team in 2005 when they got the Nationals from, you know, the Expos from Montreal. And so it's really impressive that, you know, even despite their long struggle to get to where they are, they really fought for it, and they proved that even an underdog can win.
Well, after re-signing Steven Strasburg, hopefully they won't have to struggle for much longer.